Hey friends, I've been chipping away at the raid and got an Imminence submachine gun to drop. I know, kind of sounds like a mortal. It's also a strand SMG. This one is a lightweight frame though. This adds 2 tiers of mobility, which means it's easier for hunters to reach those desired stat splits or just, a faster strafe. Anyway, the perk y'all are interested in is Chaos Reshaped because I have always pushed the perk Frenzy on my channel, and this is Frenzy on steroids. I think it takes like 20-ish, a little bit more than 20 seconds to get to the second tier of damage, and that's a 35% damage bonus. That's like activating the one for all perk. And you don't even have to get a kill. You can just pepper them from across the map. You can use Gemini Gesture to extend your combat timer. Frenzy is 5 seconds, 5.5 seconds in between combat. Combat meaning you deal damage or you take damage. I'm not sure if that's the same on Chaos Reshaped. I'll let you know in a future review. Right now, it's just a first impression. So to activate Frenzy, I usually use forms of Scorch, Gemini Gesture, Smoke Bombs, Traps, use Gambler's Dodge, or Marksman. Either is okay. I also have Sever activation, so that is some form of damage over time. I will freeze them or use Tether or something like that, just to guarantee I have something to tag damage to. Sometimes I will leave a Titan barricade or an AoE nade and walk into it on purpose to extend the timer, especially if there's an orb on the floor. So it's like you walk into a barricade to, count as quote-unquote combat. Then you pick up the orb. Orb gives you your health back, and then you're right back in the fight a second later. But you took a break around that barricade, which helps you meet those 20 seconds. So it completely changes the way that you have to think about gunfights, and I find that very fun, but when it gets going, it is a neuron activator. Frenzy was already a neuron activator for me, but this is it. So if we look at the perk on D2 Foundry, 20% damage increase, we go from a 0.73 to a 0.6. That's nothing special. Drang does that all the time. 35%, here we go, 0.5. Then we start adding the surge on. Then we pick up orbs off the floor, we get radiant. And suddenly, this is what I'm doing to players. 0.47s. And all the while, Slice is active. Slice reduces the amount of damage they deal to me. I remember exactly what it was. Maybe 15% comes to mind. But I also Sever with Facet of Solitude. And then I Sever here to make my Tangles. Tangles equal free grapple. And that's how I'm moving around the map with Fighting Lion SMG. It's really, really fun. I had a pretty good game here. It ramps up towards the end. I make a couple really stupid mistakes, but I'm not like editing those out or anything. It adds some charm to the video because even when you have like a bad moment in a match, you still have the rest of the match to make up for it or just to have some fun. We're just trying to have some fun in PvP. Fragments aspects, mods, and enjoy the gameplay. It was fun to use Fighting Lion on controller. I never had confidence before with it, but as I've been grinding controller, I was feeling pretty good on this. See you all in the next.